Hi, I'm Jamie. Welcome to Glowing Beauty Addiction. Welcome back if you're one of my subscribers, and a great big hello if you're one of my new subscribers. Today I'm going to be talking about some drama going on yet again in the community, about some hypocrisy, about some racism, what I consider to be quite blatant racism. Second time I've started filming this. First time I got all up in my feels and stuff, like I had to put my hair up, my eyelashes were going all wonky like Rich Lux. Yeah, in fact the lashes may come off. My swoop shout out is going to Ashley Kyle today. I think she posted her first video around a year ago. She's got almost 7,000 subs, and I just love her. I don't know what it is about her that she warms my heart. She makes me happy every time I see her, and yeah, I'm going to link her channel either up in the cards or down below or something, but I highly, highly, highly recommend that you check out her channel. I made notes as usual, quick notes just on my phone notes this time, but I am disgusted. I am fed up with people. Yeah, here we go. Okay, Rich. Oh. I guess I may be going back and forth. There's two issues that I kind of want to address today. First being about Mango Tea. I've finally been blocked by him on Twitter. It took a while. I don't understand him. And this used to bother me when I couldn't understand why people did bad, horrible, nasty, cruel things. And it would really bother me why I couldn't understand why they did it. And then I finally came to the realization that it's probably a good thing that I don't know why they do stuff like that. It's probably a really good thing I don't understand how they can do things like that. Mr. Mango put out a video today, and it was called something along, John Kuckian exposed. I watched some of it. Oh my gosh, the hypocrisy. At one point, he goes on about John Kuckian buying subs and buying views. Do we not recall Mango losing how many followers on Twitter when they did the big purge? Like pot, meat kettle, you do the same thing. It goes to the other issue I'm going to talk about with Gabriel Zamora. He's trying to call Jeffree Star out for being a racist, but then it finds out he's got this racist past, so those who live in glass houses, I guess, pot kettle, there's all sorts of analogies that one can go on about this. Where do we even start? Like, okay, so yeah, he's calling out John Kuckian. It is like Mango is the mini-me of John Kuckian in my mind. They both do horrendous things to people. Neither shows receipts, or if they do, they could be faked. Like, Mango did this whole, this renter from Jen Gerard, and, oh, don't worry, the receipts are coming next month, and it's all true. Where's any of that? Haven't heard it, haven't seen it. Picture it didn't happen type thing. He then goes on to talk about how Beauty Truth Sleuth put out this video about Kuckian's channel being demonetized before she found out all the facts, and she acknowledged that. She apologized for that. She took down the video because perhaps it was inaccurate. All this type of stuff. Owning your truth. Mango can put out absolutely ludicrous falsehoods, lies, with no proof, and he will never acknowledge when he's wrong. He'll sit on camera and he'll read some pre-written apology to Drybar or whatever, but he'll never go back and say, holy crap, I effed up. You know, I said this that was wrong, perhaps this was another way to see it, or that. He will never take ownership of stuff like that. I can't anymore. I was going to go through his video like I did his last and, you know, timestamp by timestamp, address it all, but I'm sorry guys, I couldn't. I suffered through his last video more than once, and I couldn't even with this video. And for how many times he keeps, my husband's a lawyer, my husband's yippee frickin' skippy. He's obviously either not giving you any advice or giving you very bad advice, or you wouldn't find yourself in the situations that you're in. Like when it comes to slander and defamation, yes, some of those are hard to prove, but like I can't even think of the words. I can just think of, what are you doing? Smarten up, get out of high school, own your truths, and maybe you can rebound. Maybe. Very big maybe. You know, like Kuckian, obviously, Kuckian has done such horrendous things. There is no way he can rebound now. So the antics that he's doing right now with the, you know, signing up Dustin Daly to Kuckian Cosmetics and signing somebody else up for escort sites or whatever. Those are childish. Those are the actions of a desperate man. I think these are all my opinions, of course, but I don't think there's any possible way for Kuckian to come back. Kuckian could sit in front of the camera right now and say, I never should have said this or did this to Peter Mon. I never should have said or did this. I stole this. I get my cosmetics from China. Whatever. Even if he owned his truth at this point, he has been so malicious that I really don't think that there is a way for him to come back. Mango, there's a slight possibility. He would have to grovel, and I don't know. What do you guys think? Is there any way for Mango to get off this sinking ship of his that he's created himself? He was in a lifeboat that he put a hole in himself. It's just ludicrous. So anyway, I am pre-recording all these videos because I am leaving for Montana soon, and we will be in Great Falls or Helena or Kalispell. I'm not 100% sure. If you're in Montana, let me know. Maybe we can meet up. But some of these details may change. Who knows? So an influencer named Gabriel Zamora, I had watched some of his videos, but not a whole lot. He tried to call Jeffree Star out for being a racist. And of course, this is all on the heels of Jeffree Star doing his collab with Shane Dawson about the secret life of Jeffree Star. There's so much wrong with that. First off, Jeffree Star just made himself vulnerable. He talked about self-harming himself. He acknowledged his racist past, how that all came to be, all this stuff. And then, I think his friends call him Gabby, decides to throw this all out like, oh, you're still a bad guy. Again, like Kuckian, like Mango Tea, no receipts, no proof, no nothing. I know he had said in his little Twitter rant too, it's like, I never got anything from Jeffree Star because I know how he is. And you got views. If not from Jeffree Star directly, from the Fantastic Four or Infamous Four or Irrelevant Four or whatever you want to call yourselves, people would not know who he is if it wasn't for his friends. And there are some of his friends that nobody would know about if it wasn't for Jeffree Star. So in a roundabout way, anything you have kind of comes roundabout from Jeffree Star. I think from the tweets that have come out, my personal opinion is they're all racist. Maybe that's harsh. But you don't say things like that, what they've said in tweets or whatnot. You're not able to say stuff like that if there's not a part of your brain that kind of thinks that way, or if you're not feeling it, if that makes sense. And it really, 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 really gets under my skin when Laura Lee says, well, you know, I said that, but I'm from a small town in Alabama. Oh, bitch, my hometown, where I grew up, has a population of 4 people. Not 4 with some zeros behind it. There's no numbers in front of that 4. 4 people. There was a gas plant there. That's why there was a name. 4 people. I know you don't say stuff like that. I knew when I lived there you didn't say stuff like that. There is no reasoning behind saying it. Even Gabriel Zamora, he's like, oh, well, you know, I said it in the way that songs do and stuff. Well, I don't know if that's a gray area. I don't know. Like, I can't find a reason when it's okay to say those, especially when he's like, ooh, I heard the hard R. Okay, whatever. But then, so Laura Lee comes out with her non-apology. I'll call it a non-apology because it wasn't an apology. Nikita Dragon finally comes out with a non-apology as well. Manny MUA doesn't apologize, but he does thank Gabriel Zamora for acknowledging that they didn't know that he was going to put out this tweet with the picture of them flipping off the camera. It's all lost in translation in the sense that none of them apologized to who they needed to be apologizing to in the first place. Jeffree Star is who they needed to apologize to. End of story. And in this case, I don't, like, Gabrielle, yes, that needs to be a somewhat big, huge, holy, like, I apologize, bow down, whatever. I don't think it'll ever happen. Similar to Jackie Aina, Lord, I know it's old tea, but she is so irrelevant to me now. She cannot own her truth. She has not apologized on YouTube. She's pretending it didn't happen and just living her life. She could have very easily ruined somebody's career, and that just doesn't even matter to her. I do not stand that. Anyway, getting back to all the Gabrielle, Nikita Dragon, oh my God. She says, oh, you know, she's from a small town and she's changed a lot. You know, she's, bitch, I have a whole new face. I don't care if you have a new face. I don't care if you have a new ass. I don't care if you transitioned male to female. I don't care about any of that. You are still the same person as far as morals and what's in your head. I could transition to male. I could face off John Travolta, Nicolas Cage. I will still have the same brain. I will still have the same morals, thoughts, feelings, opinions. That has no effect on the horrible things you said about kids. End of story. Opinions can change. I shouldn't say never. There was a point in my life where I did not think I would ever be a mom. I was so career driven and focused on my career. It was all about, like, I finished my geology. I was working in the field. Like, that was my life at the time. And yeah, there were some people's kids that maybe annoyed me, but oh my good Lord, I would never say the things that she said. As a mom, just hearing things like that, I can't. Oh my goodness. The long and short of it, I could go on and on and on, but it gets me fired up. Racism, sexism, ageism, Thomas Halbert, all of that gets me, yeah, angry. I see red. I don't like it. As to why I think maybe this happened, in my mind, like, it's bad to, they were on a NARS trip. They're representing a brand when all of this went out. If I was NARS, I would lose my shit. But as I imagine it happening is this little group of the mean girls, cool kids, whatever you want to call them, we're all sitting around drinking, and it's like, oh, Jeffree Star, he's such a meanie, and he does this and this. Oh, I wish there was a way to get back at him. Oh, I know what we could do. Can you imagine if somebody said this? And they throw Gabby under the bus. They all have so much to lose except him. He's the, like, this sounds, but he's the nobody in the group, right? He doesn't have 5 million followers and his own makeup line and all of this kind, or wigs or whatever. So to gain his clout with his friends, I envision him putting out this tweet like the big bad guy, and then when shit hit the fan, he was standing alone. Nobody came to his aid. He was the one that had to bite the bullet and say, oh my gosh, they didn't know I was putting it out, which I don't believe at all. Yeah, he took the bullet. He needs to apologize. All of them need to apologize to Jeffree Star. And that's my thoughts on it. Mango needs to grow up, own his truths. Kuckian needs to disappear. I know it turned out not to be correct that his channel was demonetized, but I don't know how he's still on YouTube. Oh, that was the other thing. Mango says, I don't know how he's still on social media. How are you still on social media? Anyway, it's incredibly frustrating. It makes me mad. And I'm going to leave it at that. So I hope you enjoyed these random ramblings, thoughts, opinions. And until next time, I love you all so much. Bye.